All right. And as you can see, there's a little bit more over there to walk up through. So we're gonna hit that, and
all right, I do apologize. So I was talking to you pretty much everything on mute. As always, double treatment. I have a lot going on, and I apologize to each and every one of you who I didn't catch Thursday. What was it? Yeah, Tuesday. That I'm supposed to be here. So please forgive me for that. What I'm showing you is a little downtown off the waterfront, downtown Seattle. So I apologize for that. What we're going to talk about, what I really like to talk about too, is give you a little bit of update on Hud-Vash, the Section 8 program for veterans. I understand that some of these HUD are drying up for a lot of people, but for a Hud-Vash veteran, in that Section 8, you will have a little preference thing going on there. They will try to get you one way or the other off of the streets, out of the shelter, or even out of a halfway home. And I call it halfway home. It's kind of like you got to show up. You got to do check in every night because it's hit the bed count for that HUD thing. But we're going to talk about what we're going to get out of that. Well, somebody asked me what the qualifications were for that. And I thought I kind of briefly touched on that, I believe, in another video that I did. But so we'll talk about the Hud-Vash as well. Like I said, this is a thing about this is downtown Seattle at the Big Well. Okay, and we're also going to talk about some things that I need to address here is our veterans who are suffering from mental health issues. We got to provide you situations for that, and I want to talk about a topic that has been going on with that. So we'll address that as well. What else we're going to talk about here tonight? Oh, yes, the United States Army, the Navy. What they're starting to do here, which is cool. And let's see here. Like I said, we talked about the Pact Act a little bit. And somebody asked me, because we were talking about a while back ago, 8 veteran motorcyclists got killed in an accident. And so they were asking about that. So we'll address those as well here. So right now, I just want to get you, I got this few videos of downtown Seattle, and I want you to watch this real quick because I want to get you in a relaxing mood here. So while we discuss this here, I am the Seattle Black Veteran. I started this page to help out disabled veterans, and we have broadened that scope up because I really wasn't paying attention a lot. And that's my apology. So what I mean by broaden it up is we're talking to active duty, disabled, retired, civilians who are married, or even have friends, or who know people who are veterans who probably need some help. And so what I try to do is provide a forum that we can talk about, even if you're talking about claims. I talk about what I've been through and what I'm going through, and what I've talked to people in the recent past of what they're going through and how they express those things to me. So I got to tell you this. I do not work for the VA. I am not associated with the VA in no way, parts, or form. Bless your hearts. I am not a lawyer. I do not represent any law, represent a firm. apartment. And so what I give you, like I say, is straight from where I'm coming from here. Hey, shifting some soil in the house. Hello, beautiful. It's always good to see you. Thank you for coming by here. I appreciate you so much as always. I know you up there doing your late night. You're gonna kick my butt. I'm crocheting. Let me turn this goddamn music down. It's totally softly. Yeah, I know you're doing your up night late thing, and it's always good to see you here, beautiful, as always. So let me just get that stuff out of here. I got this fan bumping in the background because it is hot up here. Yeah, we're burning up. It got to at least 90 degrees up in the janky joint. And so, yes, it's a little bit toasty over here today. I hope everyone else is doing fine. Oh, man, I'm still getting organized here. Let's see here. Let me see, shifting some soil. I got to give you the mod wrench here, kiddo. There we go. I'm at to mod. There we go. Yeah, so thanks for showing up, dear heart. So, yeah, we're going to get into that. And then, at the end, we're just going to chop it up. Anybody who's out there, especially veterans, non-veterans, or whatever, come up and just, if you have questions, let's just chop it up because I really like to hear from each and every one of you because you're, to me, it's like one of the major parts of the live stream here. So, one moment. So, you're always welcome to be a part of it as well. Okay, so let me see here. We're going to get into this. I want to let this video kind of play out. This is, like I say, downtown Seattle by the Big Wheel, the Seattle Aquarium, and it's not far from the Pike Place Market. They're going to be building over where you can come to the Pike Place Market without going through a lot of lights and stairs. Right now, you can go through some stairs to get down there. I would suggest starting at the Pike Place Market. Well, start at the Pike Place Market and come down, or matter of fact, come down this way and go up from the Seattle waterfront to the Pike Place Market. Just look at this. How are you going to park when you get there? How far are you going to walk? That's the question, because there's a lot of walking in there. But anyway, let me see. We're going to grab up some of this information here and get this party started. So like I say, I'm the Seattle Black veteran. I don't represent anyone else. I am here solely on my own observations of what I've been experiencing. So we're going to start really I wanted to start with the HUD people, because I am constantly getting asked about HUD from a few people. And then I've been told that, especially, I don't know if you're regular receiving a Section 8, which is Hud-Vash is a part of that. If you're regularly receiving Section 8, it's getting hard to get that in a lot of different states in this country. And, if you really need it, keep fighting for it. Veterans, I haven't heard that fight as far as struggling to get that kind of help as yet. So we're going to, let me see, let's stop this guy here. Get me up here. And so, yeah, we're going to actually address that situation too. So let's get started with this. So Hud-Vash, what it is, we talked about this earlier, and I want you guys to pay attention to it. Hud-Vash is a Section 8 program that helps out veterans. So what is it for you to qualify for Hud-Vash? What qualifies you is, let's get to this here. Let me pull this up here. I talked about this before. Now, this is in Washington State. All right, now I think this is in general information here when it comes to it, getting help for this. So let's get the screen up here and show you what's up here. Let's add that to the screen here. Let's get that here. So I'll put it up big time here, a little bit here, and we will Command plus this guy here and see if we get, not you, over here, pay attention, and gets larger on this here. All right, so Hud-Vash, okay, explains to you exactly what it is. Let's get down to qualifications, requirements. The qualify. Now, if you look at it in general, qualifications for VA Hud-Vash are the same as those, and for other housing choices vouching programs such as Section 8. With that in mind, Hud-Vash income limits are generally to the same as those for Section 8 program or public housing programs. Income limits are vary based on where the veteran lives, as the cost of living is different from state or metropolitan areas that you are next to. Okay, so like this is very true now. You have to look at this, and I tell people this doing the Hud-Vash search or doing the HUD search. If you are looking for that particular program, contact your housing authorities, and they will help you get through that through the housing authority program. Okay, now like I said, it varies from state to state what your voucher is for, but normally they will cover. You have to pay a third of what the overall rent is for the Hud-Vash. Okay, so this is another thing now. Okay, so we talked about what it actually is. Requirements. And I always tell people the requirements are pretty much you got to be definitely on the street. But it's kind of like saying that too. Okay, so related to healthcare, the second eligibility requirements for the Hud-Vash is a veteran must meet the definition of homeless. All right, now Hud-Vash is for the definition of homeless, which I say, which is kind of sad that you have to wait to get homeless. If you see that train coming down the tracks and you might lead into homelessness, my thinking is I don't want to be on the streets and then get assistance. I want to get assistance before I really hit the streets. But the problem is the system is set up the way it is, and then you do have some manipulators who try to play the system, unfortunately. It's for every part, there's going to be somebody. Okay, so here we go. Lack of adequate fixed or regular nighttime residence. Spending nights in the public or in a private place, such as your car, abandoned buildings, bus stations, airports, camping grounds, or parks. Lives in a shelter designated to provide temporary living accommodations. So you got here. And is in immediate danger or loss of her current home. And we just talked about this. Now I'm giving you on the real. Immediate loss of your current home. I lost my apartment, and I was trying to get this taken care of 2 months before I was going to lose it, because I kind of knew that was coming up. And I was literally homeless before, homeless then in the shelter. So I'll show you which ones I was in. The first one. That one. The first one is it. Lack of adequate or fixed regular nighttime residence. Okay, that's a must. Okay, so and how does that become about? Spending nights in public or private places, such as abandoned cars. Okay, so I slept in my car for a couple of days. Never slept in an abandoned building, never slept in a plane station, bus station, or camping ground. But if I had the means, I probably would have slept at a camping ground and probably been better. Now, this is what I say. I'm not dogging all shelters. Can't do that. But I can understand why people don't want to be in shelters. One is, I would say, is because of now with the pandemic or these viruses that are running around, and you don't know a lot of people in these places. I don't know if they're getting tested as of today. I got to talk to some people. But also with that is, people have a tendency to get trained when you come home if you like to have a beer or just a drink. Or you can. In some shelters, in every shelter, you're not bringing that into the shelter. That's okay. That's how it should be, because there'd be a party going on every night. Okay, so here we go. So this is what pretty much the requirements. And if you tell any Veterans Administration, such as work resources, or even the housing authorities, that you are a veteran and you're sleeping on the streets, and or you're sleeping in your car, you will get immediate help to get you out of that situation. And so if we go back up here, we were talking about living in the shelters. Let me see, the veteran is seeking eligibility for health care for separation of the military. Okay, in order for the veteran Hud-Vash voucher, a veteran will need to meet the three requirements. The first, he or she must meet as a veteran healthcare eligibility, which means you have to be you're a disabled veteran, and you're receiving healthcare from the VA. Okay, the veteran is eligible for healthcare benefits if he or she is separated from the military services under any conditions other than honorable discharge. So this is the same thing. If you got out and you suffer from PTSD, you haven't went and got checked out, go to the VA. I recommend it to get looked at. Okay, so you can get your mental and your physical conditions taken care of, and it will help you get into a house. Furthermore, a veteran needs to have at least 24 consecutive months if he or she is enlisted after September 7th, 1980, or was put on active duty October 1681. All right, so this is what they're saying, but I say as long as if you completed your service, your tour of duty, and you ETS out other than dishonorable discharge, you can still seek help to get you in a Hud-Vash housing, Section 8 housing. Okay, now, two things is when you get into a housing authorities will tell you all the Section 8 places that you can stay. Okay, now, you don't have to stay in all those places that they recommend that you stay, because most of all those are Section 8 housing. Like I say, you can stay in a senior community if you're over 50 years old and have a disability. That's in Washington State. Okay. Now, if you don't want to stay in a senior community, still, you can have a voucher and look at different apartments, and you go and ask them, will they accept that you are a disabled veteran with a Hud-Vash voucher, Section 8 voucher, and you want them to provide accommodations for veterans? And some places will, some places will not. Also, you have to look at the fact that some are going to charge you crazy amounts to stay there. They'll charge you crazy amounts, but you won't be able to stay with those crazy amounts that you're asking, that they are looking for you to pay. So, for example, over here where I live in Washington, Bellevue, Washington, was planned to be a very, very expensive place to live. And the reason for that is that they charge the tech companies, Microsoft, Google, Intel, all these tech companies are up here, and then you still work at if you work at Boeing, you're making some money. Boeing is still up here. So, and some of these places are too expensive; they will not accept your voucher. So, and it depends on what your base of your wages are for your voucher. You can still look at that. I killed this value. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, still take a look at that and see what your voucher will set you for. And if you get with the when you get with your county, they will go through the paperwork and get you a voucher, and it'll tell you how much the voucher is. And they should break it down to you to tell you where you can afford or what you can afford to live. And they'll give you some hints of that. So be cognizant of that, okay? This shot here that I'm rolling now, this is a part of Cheatin' Park. It's off of a big ass lake over here, which ends over here pretty much, not ends, but it's over here in Renton as well, Renton, Washington. So, yes. So we're talking about the HUD vouchers. Okay, so let's get past that, guys. So this is real quick, and I said this before. Okay, so you're gonna get say you get an offer there, and you get the HUD voucher. So the HUD voucher, once you start living in a shelter or whatever, they're gonna start trying to process your paperwork. So if you're in a shelter, or if you're in what I call like a halfway houses, where you can stay up there for 2 years, they give you good accommodations. You give you your own spot. We talked about that, and then also, when you get your HUD voucher, like I said, for a year, they will pay for your first down payment and your moving cost for the first one. After a year, you can move anywhere in the United States. You will have to pay for the moving costs and for the down payment. Also, you will have you will be visited by a housing representative to come and check on your financial situation, make sure that your payments are going accordingly. And if they're not, they will contact your management and ask them before they talk to you, honestly. Some of them will tell you that, but they always talk to your management and ask, are you paying on time? If you have any problems. And so you have to go through that, but that's no big deal, if you're just trying to live your life. So after a year and a half, you will not have a monthly case manager that comes in monthly to check on you or check on your finances if you're doing fine. After the year, then you will have housing person come in and inspect your place. And the inspection is more for the fact of making sure that everything in your apartment is working and that the people that you're living, the landlords that you're living under, are taking care of their responsibilities, are giving you a place, a working refrigerator, stove, garbage disposal, if there's one there, microwave, lights are working, your plumbing, your bathroom is cool. That's what they're going to check on and make sure you know that your well-being is looking forward. So, all right. So Hud-Vash, get me out of here with that. Oh no, let me talk about that stuff so much. And a person asked me, how do you get on the program? But like I said, one way to get started is go down to, and I didn't do this, but go see if you're going to be your place. You're not going to be in your place much longer, and you know that you're going to be kind of like out on the streets. Go to the King County housing first thing. King County. Go to your housing in your state, in your county, whichever one. You can go to housing authorities or housing project, and they will talk to them and tell them your situation, and you would like to apply for the Hud-Vash program as a veteran because you are about to lose your stuff here. So the quicker you apply for that, if you're going to go through it, because they will have some questionnaires to ask you and all that, please believe me. So be prepared with that. Sorry I don't have the paperwork to show you. I apologize for that, but maybe next time we'll get that on for you. Okay, so let's get past that, the Hud-Vash, and let's move on to my other points. No, we don't want that here. That's cool. We got rid of that. Yeah, so I hope this is getting everybody doing cool and everybody's doing fine. Also, okay, so we want to bring up this, since I bring up the Hud-Vash program. This is a thing too, and like I say, half of our things, as brothers and sisters, we are suffering mentally. A lot that's going on. And believe this, when you have an injury, it can be depressing because it changes how you live your life, and you have to adjust your life to this now. So I'll give you an example, like neuropathy. They tell me in neuropathy that it's going to be with me for the rest of my life. I have to learn how to deal with that, okay? But yeah. So anyway, hold up. Before I get into that, I got to do this here real quick, though. And since shifting some soil is on here, I got to give this to you, dog, baby. My good person here. So let's see here. And I did have this up. Where did I go with it? Here we go. All right, let's put that on pause here. And let's give my girl some flowers here. So let me do this real quick with shifting some soil here, my beautiful lady. This one's for you, shifting some soil. That's you still here, okay? But everybody else too. Thank you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you for actually just showing up and supporting your man here. Let me do that one more time. But thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you who just show up to this podcast. Or just show up and watch my streams here. I know some of you got things going on that you're doing to work or whatever. But if you're at home, cooking. I just want to tell you, Seattle Black Veteran says thank you so very much for being out here and supporting me and helping me get through these things here. So let's get back here. I'm going to get you back over to Gene Coulon real quick and get that rocking here. But okay, so I wanted to talk about this here. Let me pause this here. And I just want to say this because this is actually, what we are experiencing. And we're going to have to address these things here. So it's kind of, this is, so let me get this here. So in the middle here is these soldiers here have went to, and I didn't know this, but they've gone to on the post and purchased their firearms on post, and they were actually using those firearms to take their own lives here. It goes on to a whole lot here, and I tried to go in and redact a lot, but it does use the S word as far as deletion. And I don't want to keep going into that and have to worry about getting monetized or killed or taken off the set with that. But so in lieu of that, so while we're talking about that, I want to say this here. If you know veterans or if you are a veteran, I know it's hard. But you got to reach out and get help. And so I tell you, me, I am suffering from major depression, and I am seeing doctors with an S on it to help me work with these issues. And I will tell you, I would say for myself, honestly, my medications and the help that I'm actually getting from the VA is very important to my mental stability. And for me, I can't function without my medications because they help me get sleep. And that's one of the things is I can stay awake for 2 or 3 days, which is not healthy for me. And I don't think it's healthy for anybody. So I recommend that you get your rest. So if you are suffering and you are, I call it either the rabbit hole or chasing your tail when you can't figure out how to get out of the circle that you're going in. It's just like it's just repetitive, and you need it to stop and change and get out of it for a second and start getting focused on other things besides those things that put you in that situation where you are not functioning like you feel that you would be. And I would say this. So first, it was a lot of really. I was very angry, and I would if you say something to me, it would be on and popping. But I have to understand to get out of that rabbit hole for that. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this, and I'll talk to you guys about this, but I'm gonna get you out of it because I want this to be more enlightening. But this is what we got to deal with. So, if you know anybody who's dealing with the situation, please have them contact us 24/7, anonymous. They don't have to say anything about who they are. And so this is how it works. Okay, you call, you talk. Then they will talk to you confidentially, freely, and then if you are really there, they will seek you for a place to get help. So I think that's very important, and help your fellow person get through these issues, because I tell you, I don't like a lot of crowds, even though I can be in a crowd temporarily. I keep a real tight circle around me. And that's what I have to watch out for too, because sometimes you distance yourself so far, you keep withdrawing from everything, and you can be like I do at times, or was, and that's in the house for 3 or 4 days, and don't care about going outside because you got all your stuff in your little bat cave here that you're doing. So I would say be careful about that, okay, and always take care of each other, and just work on that and work on yourself, and just know that you're loved, okay? Know that you're loved, and know that you are cared for. And so, get out there and fight for yourself as well, all right? This is a shot from West Seattle over to downtown Seattle. This will catch some of the ferries going in and out. So I just want to come across that briefly with you with that situation there. So we are done talking about that one there, so we're going to get rid of it. And we want to always make sure that you guys are receiving the best help possible to get you back to where you want to be. And for me, I'm a go-getter, man. It's like I got to keep rocking. I got to keep moving. There's things out there to accomplish. It's not over until it's over. So we keep fighting, and we keep fighting to take care of ourselves. So always stay on that and do that. Appreciate you so much. Oh, Vanessa Kitty, I missed you, girl. How are you? Oh man, I'm over here slipping on my chat mode. Oh, there you go. What's that? She says rest. LOL. Yes. Oh, Kitty, it's good to see you. Oh, Peter Investors in the house. Let me give you guys all that love and credit for at least coming over, checking out your dude. I appreciate you. I had one person there, but I appreciate you, Peter Investors. I thank you so much for this, Kitty. All you guys, I really do appreciate you. So, we're gonna give you just a brief over here, but. Okay, so we are addressing that. Now check this out here. Now, I don't know about when you guys join. Let me see here. Let me put this on pause here. When you guys join, I mean, when I joined, man, I wish this was the case. Check this out. The Navy is offering to pay up to $115,000 to join or come back into the Navy. What in the world? Okay, let me see if we can get this here. Check this out here. We're gonna slide past this. Let me see. Yeah, we're gonna slide past this here. Hopefully you can hear this. All right. Let's get the trial here. All right, let's see what this got going. Let's see. Look at this. Look at this. Jeez. Let me in here. That's great. Oh, no. How did we get there? Yeah. That's where the money is. Wow. Mm-hmm. 50. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yes. Get them green list. Green list. As long as you come in the way. Yeah. Yeah. Now hold up. Now you notice what it said. If you did not receive a bonus when you first came in, okay, for what you're eligible for. If you did not receive a bonus when you came in, and if you re-enlist, you gotta go in as an E4 or below. So what if you're E5 or E6? And what? It's kind of crazy. Mm-hmm. So if you go in, especially in a nuclear program, look at this. Look at this, $115,000, but you know that's going to be chopped up. So when you get in, you're going to have to do how many years in order to get paid that as you start going. But hey, I had to give it up. That's what's up. That's cool. Oh, I didn't give this to you, Vanessa Kitty, where you were in here too. So I have to give it to you as well. If you don't get your van up here, where is it? Thank you. Thank you for each and every one of you for your support, for your love. I appreciate it. And thank you guys for just hanging out. I really do appreciate it. So I wish everyone nothing but the most beautiful and the best of lifestyle, right now. So, I mean, always. So let me finish here with West Seattle here so we can move on. As they say here. All right, guys. I mean, this should already be on the thing here. All right, so that's West Seattle we talked about. This is how we're going to be chopping up real quick through here, and I'm always going to leave it open at the back end. So, when I talk about the West Seattle's page, we're just going to talk about some current events that's coming up, stuff that I went through, and stuff that I'm going through. So now that we talked about the Navy, the military personnel, and particularly these guys from Marines and Army who were actually purchasing weapons on post and going back and using them against themselves to what's Vanessa Kitty say? She says, read the fine print for those bonuses. She is not lying about that. You guys, as we were going through that, and I didn't want to bore you with all of it. And once you go and look it up, go to military.com, then you can find it in there. So I'm just telling you where I got it. And I did some other work on talking with other sailors about that, and exactly what Vanessa Kitty just said. Read the fine print on those lines there. And that's what I say was really interesting is that, if you were E5, E6, you got to come in under as E4. What's up with that? I'm like, okay. So let me go back over here real quick. I want to show you that to you. So as we were talking, let me enlarge this just a tad bit here. As we were talking, and just like Kitty says, oh, come on, let's go back. Yeah, of course, we're gonna lose that. That's small. Okay, so Vanessa was right. Kitty's right. And so, I mean, if you look at it, let me go back down here. I want you guys to see this. Okay, however, the Navy is also taking a relative novel approach to speaking with former sailors and other enlisted veterans who are considering coming back into the military service. Those press releases specifically note that returning to a veteran eligibility may for many of those bonuses as long as you come back as a rank or E4 below and you have not received a bonus in your first enlistment. So, like Kitty say, you better pay attention to that. And hey, to my man, Peter, investor M, thank you, my brother. You are, man, will always appreciate you being here. Let me get rid of this banner here so I can see, so you guys can see me. And, we can see what's going on here. Let's get that guy hit, and I think that's him. Yeah, what the heck was he doing up there? ID card. Didn't get that. But okay, yeah. Thanks. Good to see you guys here as always. Yeah, so like we said, like Katie said, pay attention to the small the fine print on those paperwork, okay? If you're an airman, sailor, Marine, airman, sailor, Coast Guard, Coast Guardsmen, I guess it's Coast Guards, women and men, who are recently separated. This is your opportunity without precedence. Walk notes are released. Okay, you guys walker notes are released. I'm sorry. I'm looking at 5 different things here, and I'm trying to do this. I appreciate you guys' patience, but okay, yeah, like Katie says, pay attention to that, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, because that's something you really don't want to have to be dealing with later on here. So let me see here. Did we do this one here? We did that one, and we were doing this one. I think that's what we were doing. Okay. Oh, so we're finishing up. That's Gene Coulon Park here, over in Renton, Washington. Okay, so we got that knocked out of the way. Let me see here. We talked about the burn pits, which is good because let me see. My dude here. I wanted to put up this page here, and this is all. Please believe me. I'm using a what we call it though. I'm using these shots with. Tell you that free fair use, the Fair Use Act. So don't kill me over here, okay? All right, let me see if I can find my brother here because we were talking about this as well, and that was, what are the burn pits actually covering? And it's covering more than just the people, my brothers and sisters who were running into those burn pit issues. And who were there. So yeah, please pay attention to that. I'm kind of talking light on it, and I apologize, but it's nothing to be taken light. This is something that's really going to adjust your life. And for those who are in the Vietnam veteran era, thank God it's going to be covering some of the elements that they've been fighting for years. And understand this. This is the one of the largest bills passed act for the veterans. And so I'm going to have to give it to Biden on that point, getting this signed here and getting this done because it needed to be done. And it was just really irritating for me that our soldiers have to go through this and suffer without getting their due diligence taken care of. And like Jon Stewart, the actor comedian, who's now doing a lot of voicing for that, he was very instrumental for waking up a lot of the public and getting us involved in this and helping taking care of our military personnel who are suffering. And each and every one of you know, if you have been involved with the VA, you've been through some suffering. I mean, I'm not laughing in fun, but I'm laughing because it's real talk, and it's like, it's mind blowing. I'm telling you. And thank you, Peter. I appreciate you, brother. But yeah, it's mind blowing, and so you guys just stay on top of the things that that you are entitled to. And again, thank you to each and every one of you. I appreciate you. Stay on top of what you're entitled to, and let these veterans know. And if you have questions, please drop them in here. I'm going to put the open for the chat line, or if I mean for anybody who wants to come up. It's not quality. You don't have. It's not necessary. Each and every one know that. You can come up if you want to. My ground rules for coming up is you can keep it 100 real. Talk about your situation. We don't shade anybody or making fun of anybody. We don't tolerate harassment on this channel here because each and every one of us are looking for results and answers to our questions. And I don't want you to be afraid to reach out and try to get answers to those questions. And so this is why we come to this forum here, is because I want to keep you abreast of things and what's going on. As I go through them and as I see things, if you're not fully aware of this. And also, I talked about this here. So let me finish that statement. So we don't, come up if you want to, and, we talk about what you want to. And if you just come up and just want to chop it up. Because some of my veterans are up late at night. And I understand. And so, if you're up and you want to talk for a while, we can talk and we can chop it up and see what's on your mind. And if you're here and you have a channel, please come out here and thank you, sir. Come out and just, shoot out your channel and tell people where you're from. Kitty, you and I think Soil's got the mod wrench over there. So yes, please by all means here. Let me see. I'll grab it one more. I thought I grabbed up all of these videos here. Then I could show you guys here. We'll do one more here, and I think it's the same one I just did here. We'll just throw it in here. This is downtown by the Big Wheel. Okay, so we'll just put it in real quick, before we get past them. Before I bring in, I'm just open the lineup if anybody wants to come up. So we talked about the HUD program, who's qualified, how you get the voucher, and the voucher. And I'll just kind of rake over it again. We talked about the voucher, getting the voucher, how you become qualified to get a voucher. Recommendations from me as a Civil Black veteran is that you try, if you know you're going to be homeless in like 2 or 3 months, and you're a veteran, start going to your housing authorities and let them know your situation and try to have that on them. And that's like you said, I was reading it to you, whereas, they want to pretty much, if you're an imminent threat to losing your dwellings, to where you will have to be sleeping in the car, abandoned building, bus stop, trains, or any of that stuff that doesn't have you. They say the first thing on that is requiring that you have a roof over your head at night, that you can sleep in a safe place with a roof over your head at night. Especially if you have kids, get on that as soon as possible. Do not wait. Get on there and start going and see if you can get that taken care of, okay? So we talked about that, Vash, we ran over this here. Oh, let me shoot this up to you real quick. I wanted to show you, and fair use, this is my brothers over at the Sit Rep. Check them out. Very informative channel here. Let me open this up here. Okay, so we talked about this. Let me get this out, get me out of the way here. And so this is some of the other issues. Our other break, the first magnums in the house. What's up, my brother? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you for showing up, my brother. I hope you and your loved ones are doing wonderful, man. I always think about you, honestly, I tell you. So here we are. This is another thing. Let me try. I think hopefully you can see this. And this is from the brothers at the Sit Rep. You can get them on YouTube. Really informative brothers here. Let me just get the like on them. Okay, so it tells you any of the U.S. or Royal Thai military based in Thailand from this time, between this time and those, and this is who else are getting benefits are affected and will help them through this Pact Act. So this is actually the Pact Act is covering all chemicals related that you have been through or whatever while you're in the military. Let me back up a little bit here. I'll put some parts of this brother's video here, but we want I'll just get to the parts where I think he already here. And I wasn't able for some reason to download the video, but anyway, so this is what it will cover, and this is basically if you were back in the Vietnam era, you will this will also start providing you coverage for what you're doing, what you're going through. So just stay on point with that. And always try to look up and see, especially if you've been through those things there. And like now, some of my brothers and sisters who are getting turned down at their hearings or whatever, see Now, for me, I wasn't in that era. Unfortunately, I came in right between there. I got in, well, I'm not right between there, but I came in 84 and I got out in 87. And then I went into reserves from 87 to 92. All right. So I didn't have to go to Desert Storm, Desert Shield, Afghanistan, and I wasn't in the Vietnam War. Too young for that, even though I'm 58. Okay, so check out these brothers here. If you want more information, I'll try to get it to you. But these brothers right here will get you some good information as well. Okay, so like I say, I don't come in and hate on nobody for what they do. We're just trying to get here and inform you of the information. If some other people are quicker to get it out than me, I'm gonna point you to them, and we're gonna rock and roll. All right, so and this is another one I want you guys to go through too, and you check out this right here, the Pact Act frauds and scams. Okay, so they're going to come up, and it's going to come up. So definitely don't be careful with that. The reason why I would say this, if you feel that you are have experienced these things, you were in these burn pits, or you were back in the day. If you were back in the Vietnam era, I'm sure hopefully you got all your stuff documented, and you can go all the way back and dig how much this is going to be. If you've been filing for it, you haven't been getting it, your back pay may be there. So, with that said, be very cautious about seeking attorneys that you know nothing about. Okay, this is not a slam on attorneys. This is real talk. Is because some will say, well, yeah, we know you probably will get a back pay, or even if you're a soldier who came through this through Afghanistan, the Gulf War, even if you went through that, y'all did. You probably got turned down, but now, because of the Pact Act that passed, you may be eligible to get paid. But now check it out. This is the thing I want you to be cognizant of and be very cautious about, is getting an attorney that you know nothing about. Some of them can drag your case out because that means some more money that they may get. Or they know they're going to get it right off the hit. They'll hit you. But look at here. I was just going to the VFW, finding you a good chapter there. Or if you know somebody who recommends a good attorney for you, and they come by word of mouth, and you've seen the paperwork and what they do, the receipts of what they do, then you might want to check them out. You can go to the DAV. The DAV has always helped me. It's been a fight left and right. But as I'm going through this, I'm learning more. Now, I want you to take all this information. If you already know it, great. If you don't know it, take it and utilize it so it can get you in the know, okay? So you will know what's going on. So I'm going to put that back up here. Let me block this out of here for a second. Put that, no, over there. Let's put that back here. And we'll put that on second. And fold up. And let's put that back. So just so you can see, okay? So always be aware of that. All right. So that's another thing. And we just finished talking about the Pact Act a minute ago, and what you have to start looking out for as far as your respiratory diseases, asthmas. If your lungs, definitely get your doctor. If you've been to those particular places, see about if you can get your doctor to look at your lung situation, your respiratory situation, which includes your lungs. And if you can, if you're at the VA, show concern about it, and they will get you lab tested, I'm sure, if not X-rays on top of that. Okay, and if you're not getting it, love, go to your own private doctor. For some of you guys who are out there making their six figures or whatever, and you're still dealing with your injury, service-connected injuries, go with that and get it checked out. Now, we talked about service-connected injuries. Now, this is the thing, too. I always say this. When you look at your DD-214, look at number 26. On line 26, it's going to talk about a code there. We talked about this before. Look at that separation code and go Google it, all right? And Google it, whatever, Brave it, whatever, Firefox, or whatever search engine you're on, and get that code. It's going to actually tell you exactly what was, it's going to give you a definition, but the definition to your discharge. And like I say, if you have anything other than dishonorable, you can keep it rocking. All right. On dishonorable charges, man, they just tear you up and they just rock you out the box. So if you're active duty, and this is another thing I want to point out, chop it up with you guys with. Okay, if you get out as dishonorable discharge, look at the ramifications that happen with that. If you like to carry your firearms, according to what I was reading, and you can catch me if I'm wrong, put it down there, you lose the right to own a firearm if you are dishonorable discharge. Now, I don't know. We'll double check that, but what I read, three different social medias. 1 second here. Three different websites. 1 second. Hmm. I apologize. Okay. But yeah, stay focused on that. If you get a dishonorable discharge, if you got out early, because see, look, I got out early, and what my early was it was a reduce in force, and I think it was an LLC that was on there as a separation code, and it said reduce of force of forces. So I was getting out at the time. They were cutting back on Air Force bases, Army bases. I can say Norton Air Force Base closed down in San Bernardino. March Air Force Reserve, which used to be March Air Force, has gotten shrunk down to a reserve base, which is still nice over there. Up in where else can I say? Oh, Fort Ord got wiped off the map, so they were gone there too. The Navy base that was down on Long Beach is no longer there. Now it's the port of Long Beach in Southern California. So yeah, just stay cognizant of these things here and of your separation code that's right by your discharge. Okay, so that'll always get you on point. So let's see, we get everything here, guys and girls. Before we no, I gotta ask you guys this question here, and I gotta hear this from you here. Check this one out. This is a story I think is a good one. I wanted to share with you guys here. So let's put this on pause here. And I want you guys to see tell me what you think of this. If this was you, what would you do? All right, check it out. Lady, Army member, staff sergeant, sergeant first class, won $2.5 million in the lottery. Now, your sergeant first class, 2-point-something million. What would you do? All right, that's my question for you. When the Mega Powerball, the Mega and the Powerball multi-state lotteries reached the boggling prize levels, you might start wondering what happens if I'm a winner. So that's my question for you guys. If you were in the military and you were E7, let me see here. Let's see if we can get it. We're gonna get a little bit of here we go with my ad here. All right, so here we go. This. Wow. Yeah. Let me pause this, okay? So this is the thing too. Okay, so now that we're talking about this big win, right? This multi-million dollars these people won. Now the other question is this: when the soldiers who went to the doctors were complaining about their respiratory and all this when they were in active duty in the 90s, and they weren't really getting a lot of love for it, now your back pay may be coming in. Think about it. Your back pay may be coming in, and when you get that back pay that comes in, what you gonna do with it? All right. Seattle Black veterans, little advice, okay? Because I had a good back pay one time, and it was decent. What I did was, if you haven't already and you can drive, get you an inexpensive automobile that will give you a lot of mileage, pay it off. There's an inexpensive one. I went and got a Honda. It was a 2016. Wasn't having a lot of mileage on it, about 20, 25 miles or 20 miles, 20,000 miles on it. And I got it used. I recommend that. Don't buy a new car. It's just depreciates as soon as you drive it off a lot. Okay, so my advice is get you an inexpensive car that gets good on gas mileage. If you can afford an electric one, get an electric one. They're coming into this thing today on electric, especially if you own a home. You can plug it into your home with battery packs if you have those in your home. Think about that, okay, for the future. Also, buying clothes and jewelry. Refrain from doing that. First thing you should do if you want $1 million like that, you need a couple $100,000 back pay, is start finding ways that you can invest that or put it towards your future. One thing I did do good, and it don't seem like it was now, is I did go and drop a couple of $1,000 in a Schwab account that umbrellas Microsoft, Boeing, all these tech companies that are blowing up, communication companies that are blowing up. Keep your eye on Elon Musk's people over there. And now what they're trying to do is shooting satellites that covers the whole globe. Okay, so once you have a whole umbrella, Apple's in there too. They're not all going to fall. Okay, so they might go down, but they're all not going to fall. In my home, just alone, I think I got 6, 7 different Apple products. So there are computers, iPads, and phones. 3 computers. I got 3 other phones, and I have an iPad. Why do I have 3 phones? The other ones are my old phones, but they are still workable and usable. They're just not like this phone here. I use this phone here to do my podcast and all my phone calls. So instead of going out and getting you an expensive camera that costs a couple $1,000, if you're going to do it, do it and do a phone that has a camera on it, so you can get that covered. You can still do your and everybody knows this, you can still do your IG, your Facebook, and all this stuff with your phone. So don't go out spending unnecessary money on equipment to get your podcasts up and all that. Okay, save that money. All right, and when you get it, like I said, if you're eligible, especially if you're 100%, you just got elevated to 100%. Put that money aside and meditate on what you want to get done. Right now, if you want to get a house, start looking where you can get a house and how much you're going to be making a year, whether it can help you. Like I said, if you haven't got to the 100%, and if you're only making like your job at $40,000 a year, and you go ahead, bam, and you get 100%, that's probably an extra another $40,000 that's coming to you. So you automatically put up almost 6 figures. All right, so that means if you get 100%, then you go get your benefits and find those states that don't charge you taxes on your home. And then if you're 100%, just come with good credit score, and you don't really have to come with no money now. So boom, now you got a house that you can probably go in with your recently found booty, how they say, your recently found cash, and start focusing on what you want to do with your property. And always remember, since you don't have that, start looking at your property value too. Is it going up or down when you get to that sort of location? So look at the things smartly. Clothes and jewelry, forget about it. Clothes, they wear out, they get small, they get large, and then get them away. I bought two suits. That's what I always wanted to do. So I just wanted to fill with $1,000 suit, felt like on me. So I bought $2,000, two suits. All right. To this day, I think I wore these suits like 5 or 6 times. Okay, but they're there. All right. So like I say, this is an investment. You probably don't really want to go down the path of doing that. Okay. But go in and get your money, get paid, and be wise with your money. Here we go. Let's see where we. Now understand this too, and I'm sorry to cut it off at the mid stride here. Is they're right? You can terminate your enlistment early, but you got to find out what circumstances would they allow you to terminate your enlistment term, because you don't want to spend your time like this soldier here at the E7. And I'm not throwing away E7 years just because I got a lottery. Lottery's cool, but now if you can get out when your enlistment's up at their E7, You're walking into, already you're doing your plotting of how you're going to spend that money, where you're going to put that money. And like I said, if you don't have a car, say if you're enlisted and you already have your car, I'm pretty sure E7 already have a vehicle or POV. So, you know, as you focusing on what you're going to do with it and live, I always say this: own you a piece of property. It's to me, it's better than renting a place. But you'll do that when you start retiring. When you're getting older, then you don't need to be doing. You can't do all the upkeep on your place. And I would say get a place that's going to fit what you need. Getting a place that you're getting 20 rooms in your place, 15 or 20 bathrooms, and um, you're gonna have to take care of all that. I mean, but it's good if you have a good piece of property, because when you get retire, just like these people did recently in Washington State now, dig. My good friend Patty J has her place, and it went up from 100 and something to 350,000 dollars, 330 something in that range. But your property's going up. Her parents sold their property, moved in a caring facility because they're seniors, and they were actually able to move into a nice caring facility because they sold the house and made a good chunk of change off of it. In Washington State now, the sad thing about it is, especially in King County, you'll be lucky to find a 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 2-bath for under $350,000. Believe that. Rent for a little small janky 1-bedroom can run you up to 17 to $2,200 a month, right? And that's for a 1 or 2 bedroom. So this is why I say, you guys be on top of what you're gonna do here and how you're gonna do it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, all right, all right. All right, so that's one of the things I just want to share with you guys and girls, and just let you know, hey, I dig, when you get to that point, what options do you have and how you exercise your options are always going to be the smart thing to do, okay? So rock and roll with that. Hold up. I don't know who's still in here. I appreciate you guys, though, if you are. Let's get this down out of here. This little slide, this background here is actually at the Space Needle over in the park. It's probably about 25 yards or 30 yards from the Space Needle. They usually have this going on, which they probably got it going on now. I'm gonna go down there and shoot tomorrow because we are in a heat advisory. And actually, it's hot and humid up here for a change. We don't really get humid weather up here, even though the ocean's right over here, the Pacific. But it's supposed to be rain in some places, and so 90 something plus degrees is hot for us here. Like I say, normally we're used to about the highest is about 80 or 81, 82. But for the last 2 years, we have been getting a lot of heat. So I'm going to go back on the ferry, shoot that for you guys too. So if you ever come up this way, you know what you are looking at, my dear friends. So always, always, always good to see each and every one of you. I'm just going to drop this for a second for anyone who wants to come up. I know there's like one person in here. I don't know. I'm just happy to be with you both, with each and every one of you. So I'll drop that. We're going to be on for a few more minutes here. I was going to stay on for a long time, but I've been not getting sleep lately. That's what's been kicking my behind. So I've been having to really fight to make sure I get some sleep lately. But I just want to hit you guys up with just a really quick update. I want to keep you motivated and keep you fighting. I think I was at the chief's house last time. It was good to have his input on it. And I would tell you, if you guys play it right and if you do it right, this is what's up. Okay, you're in the military. And let's say you got out early on a discharge, but it's you got service connected, getting out, injuries. Okay, so work on that. But while you're working on that, if you are still eligible to work, get to work out there and get your work done. If you're not, like I say, going to look for a Hud-Vash program that can help you. But there's a lot of jobs out here today, but I don't know if they're feasible for us, especially if you suffer from PTSD or if you are even dealing with your medications. Okay, you got to be on top of that, how your medications affect you, because they can affect on top of that how you, if you're able to work. Not just your injuries that you're going through, your service-connected disabilities that you're going through, but the medications for that too can also kick you out the box. So you got to be cognizant of that as well. Okay, and make sure that you're on point with that. I forgot to mention this to you guys. Okay, I went to the BNRE, vocational rehab and employment. They'll say it a little bit different, but the acronyms are still the same. Okay, so this is the deal. Man, I got to show you guys this. I think this would kind of blow you away a little bit. So what the deal is, so I got my email from this particular counselor. Okay, so what it is that they're going to give you a counselor to work with. You're going to get a counselor to work with. I'm going to dig this up real quick because I want you guys to see this. And so what they're going to do is actually send you a person and tell you, okay, we want you to get started on this or get started on that. Let me see. So actually what happened was this here. Okay, so I got to show you guys this. Okay, so it may differ from where you are, and I got to show you guys this real quickly. Okay, so let me see. Let me get you over here and get you out of our business here. Okay, so actually, let me see. They will send you. Let me see if I want to do this here. I'm going to show you guys. Let me slide this over here and work on this real quick. They are going to send you a math test. Okay, and since the math test is going to result in, let me tell you. I'll see if I can show you the second page here. And it's upside down. I apologize because this is how I sent it to her when I sent it back. But if the math test, if you can see it, let me kind of blow this up a little bit here. If you can see this, let's see, get large. Here we go. Okay, so as you can see, it's going to ask you some fractions tests like that. These are some of the questions. Now, I'm sorry it's upside down again, but this is basically one page out of two they're going to send you. The first ones are going to start with basic math questions, minus, subtracting, add, and all that. And so what it is, before that I had this test sent to me, I had to tell you what it was. Before I had this test sent to me, I did this before, and what it was is they you have to go online, and they give you certain times to do it. Okay, this time I went online via Zoom, but the person sent the test to me, and I got it in the email. And then she says, as soon as you open it, go ahead and get started. I'll set the timer, and I'll step away from the screen. Okay, but there's watching you as well. But my thing is just be honest as you can. And do it because I'm not going to step into a rocket science test tomorrow. That's not going to happen. So let me see here. I want to show you another email that she sent because I want you to understand some of the documentation that you are going to be required to have when you go through this. Let me see here. Let's get you down here. Okay, here we go. Okay, now this lady here to me, I don't know. I can say one way or the other. Okay, but you're going to have this document here. Let me see. And this is an intake form, okay? When you do the intake form, it's going to ask you, for information. This is, I don't know where I got this one from, but yeah. I don't even remember having this one here. Yeah, so the intake form, I think, let me see here. Let's get down here. All right, here we go. This is the intake form. Now, this here, she sent in the word process. There's another form, but it's not in the word process, and they want this particular lady wants you to fill this out in this particular format. All right, so let me show you, and this is some of the things what they're going to be asking you about your age of your kids, if you have it, where you were born, where you're born and raised. I guess that matters. A number of siblings that are in your family, including you. Where do you live now? How long have you lived there? Your renting situation, is it permanent? Are you renting? Are you have a permanent housing, etc.? What brought you to the Washington state? Now, I'm telling you, as ridiculous as some of these questions sound like, these are helping them to pinpoint down where they kind of want to put you or whatever. Okay, so these are the questions. I'll just go through it slowly so you guys can see some of this. If you go into the VNRE process, you will probably not receive a form in this manner, but the questions are pretty much probably going to be the same. Okay, list all schools, educations, when you went to any special, what do you call it? If you had any certified schools, if you didn't complete your degree, if you had certified schools, what was the name and dates? You see all this right here, right? So this is what you're going to be subjected to answer. And like I say, it probably will not be in this format. Okay. So just be cognizant of that. In the VNRE, so now this is what my lady told me as she was talking to me. And I want you to be aware of this as well. Let me see. Here's another form that I have to fill out as well here. So this is a privacy information statement form. And all I have to do is sign it and give it back. And that's the other form. Okay, and that form is, as you see it down here, VA form 28-87 39A. Okay, so that's another form that you probably will be receiving if you go into the VNRA program process. Okay, and that's probably going to be the first things that you get. Also, it's going to be a reading and comprehension test that I got to click on that when I'm ready to take it. And so they try to move pretty fast with hurrying up and making sure that you are doing your due diligence to get these forms filled out. Okay, so that's one of the other things you're going to have to go through. Now, look, I tell each other, when you get a rate increase, if you haven't used your GI Bill, you use a Chapter 31, and that will get you into the VNRE. It won't get you into there, but they will ask you for your application. They will call you, and especially if you just got a recent increase, then you will be eligible for that. Now, this will help any ladies and gentlemen too. Dig this. So if you just get a rate increase to 100 and you're already on a federal loan, this will help pay off your federal loan if you're 100. Okay, so look into that as well. And if you are 100, then you have to go and especially go to va.gov. Look into there, even if you're not 100 and you're receiving your 30% and above benefits. You have kids and you have a wife, see what extra benefits come along with that. Check it out with VN.gov and look for your 30% disabled benefits if you're having a family, okay? This is what you need to be cognizant of. Now, I understand there's a lot of things I'm throwing at you tonight, but you're only going to take what's speaking to you right now and what you need to move forward, okay? So I strongly recommend that you guys get out there. Oh, the first Magnum is in the house. Let me bring this brother up. He's a good brother, and I appreciate you. Oh, whoa. The first Magnum. How are you, my brother?
I'm doing well, sir. How you doing?
Oh, man, always blessed to see you, man. See you up and about. How's the loved ones doing, man?
Man, so far so good. Everything's all right. How's the family over
there? Likewise, man. They tolerating me and we're still on good. Yeah, man. But let me ask you this while I got you up here, though. And you got to make sure you ask me any questions that come to your mind, too. I don't know if I can give you the answer, but we're going to fight to get it. But let me ask you, because I was talking with Cats, too, so I probably already went to talk with you about this. Are you going to do your appeal process for your hearing?
My appeal process? Yeah, I'm going through it right now. Waiting on a response from the, I guess, the representatives.
Yeah.
And just waiting on that. And I went through the first CMP exam, got my denial or whatever. They said I had no new information or something like that. Have you ever heard something like that before?
Yeah, that's kind of like so what I would say it's kind of like, and hopefully I'm answering this correctly. What that's kind of like is, so you went in at the first time. For example, my situation. I was on another person's site, and he was talking about even if you are 55 or above, you can still get your rate decreased. And see, so for like me, I suffered from major depression, and so I'm gonna actually I'm already going through my doctor for medical, right? And I got my other primary care doctors. Okay, but
Mm-hmm.
this is the thing. So when I talk to my doctors now, with over a year now, we had to increase my medications. All right, so that's like it's something new now. You went from a half a pill to a whole pill, and now you're saying this, and so like now I have to actually talk to another doctor. I need one as well as a medicated doctor, one I can talk to because it's some days I don't really feel like being, doing a lot of things, and I got so much on my plate to do. So now this is the new evidence. Wow. Okay, you just got a medication increase, and wow, now you got to get you an extra doctor so you can talk to it. So now this is new information. Now, if I go all the time and just go, okay, so when I had, I'll bring it better. I apologize. When I had
Mm-hmm.
neuropathy, I went in and first, I was telling them about this. My feet feel this way, they feel that way. And
Uh-huh.
this is what I say for everybody, especially with the burn pits. For years, they were like, no, no, no. And then I came and I told them, look, this pain is so much that I can't get sleep. So we started off of one pill of metformin. And so I come back to him and I go, no, this is not working. I said, do you have anything else? So he brought me up to 2 pills, right, a day. And then I go, no, 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 no. He goes, all right, then we're going to have to do 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 2 in the evening. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, cool, cool, cool. And then so I went back to him. I said, no, this ain't working. So he goes, okay, 3 in the day, 3 in the morning, 3 in the evening. I go, okay. We tried it for a little while. I go, no, this is not working. And so he went in and he increased it to 4. Now, understand this: your injuries can cause depression, if it's messing with your livelihood, right? So that as this was, it's messing with my livelihood, and I'm already suffering from depression disorder. So now this compound the issue. So now they can go back and go, well, okay, now you increased your medications. Now you're seeing this other doctor who's giving you other medications. Now you're going to be seeking this. So it's not proving it's getting better. So what you have is where they call it, where you are low, and then you have your baseline, and they want you to know where you be at your baseline. So if your injuries are being taken care of, like say for example, before I got to 100, and they go, well, you sound like you're doing good at 90. So we don't need to increase you because right now all the medications you're getting, they're helping taking care of your lifestyle right now. You're not stressed no more. You can get some sleep. Everything's working good, and you're doing it at 90. So why do we need to increase you? Is basically what they're saying. So if you go, well, because it's gotten worse. So when you talk to your representative, ask him him or her, what will constitute you to get a raise? Where does it show that in the CFR? What is the maximum of your disability rating? And it sounds like you can go up. You still got some room to go up. So
Right.
find out what the maximum of that is, and find out, because I have to do the same thing. I've been putting it off for like 2 weeks because I got time. And so Monday, I'm going to go and have this talk with my representative. And so next Tuesday, brother, let's get together next Tuesday. Well, actually, yeah, next Tuesday. And
Uh-huh.
let's wrap again because I'm going to talk to my representative Monday. Hopefully, if I can catch him or her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to ask them because this is what they're saying to me is I don't qualify for everything I need for mine. And it's not that I haven't been, going back and back and back with my doctors with this. They are saying, oh, well, no. So this is the thing. If you're, like I say, if you're at right now, you're living comfortable, Your injuries are actually being maintained right now at your particular rating that you are. They are saying to themselves, well, we don't need to increase it then. The cool thing about it is, say if it is getting worse and you can prove these things, you still have an answer representative. How long do you have before you really, that you can appeal this? Because you can still go back to your doctor and go, hey, for me, um, I told them I'm 58. It's not going to get better. Um, and right now, I say, it's hard for me to move forward. I don't know what to do. So they will compensate you for that. But find out what your maximum is for that. And then find out what the side effects that you are, you can go in and Google this kind of too and say, for me, what are the side effects of neuropathy? What do they do to you, right? And then I can look that up, and then I can go, okay, this is what it does. Now, am I experiencing this? I've already talked to my doctor about this, or do I need to talk to my doctor about this? Because, I've been experiencing these things, but I wasn't aware that this caused it, right? So that might cause it. So, and if you have the appeal time, which is a time that you can go through, you can either get your own personal doctor or you can go to the VA and, tell them, and the thing is, like I say, always, you're going to be 100 with them and tell them, because I got to go to my doctor and I got to talk to them. Matter of fact, tomorrow. And I got to let them know, because for me, it gets very stressful, a lot of stuff I have to do. And I got to talk to my doctor about increasing my help for my situation. So that's what you're probably going to need to do. It's like I say, you can Google it and find out, on the form too. Like I say, if you haven't showed, and that's pretty cool. What they do with that is they try to be vague about that, but it's like pretty much, if you put it in layman's term, is, oh man, you okay with what you got right now? Why you want? Well, we ain't giving you no more money. You ain't telling us why we should give you no more money. You come in with the whole story. Basically, what they're saying, right? So you gotta go. Yeah. So you go. Oh, okay, I get it. So it's like, let's say, like I say, with even with major depression, which I have, they want to see, am I getting better? And so I'm like, well, no. And then if I go, well, okay, you're not. But then if I say I'm doing okay right now at this baseline, right now, they can still come back and try to jerk with me. Even like, a few more days from now, a few more months or whatever from now, they're still trying to screw with me on my special monthly compensation, my SMC. But that's what they're basically saying to you, my brother. From my perspective is, you came in, you probably, and I'm just guessing, I'm not saying this is you. You got out of the service, you had a particular injury, and so we documented that, and we're going to give you your 10%. And we got you covered on that. So okay, now see, this is another way, and this is how they do their calculator as well. The calculator is based on, are you employable to anybody else when you get out in the real world? So if you just have, if you have neuropathy, they can go, well, we took some employability away from you, so we're going to give you 20%. What they're telling me, they gave me 30, now they're trying to smack me at 20. But and the reason why they're trying to smack me at 20 is because they're saying that I am still able to get out and about and live a kind of like a normal life with these feet. And I'm like, really? So now I have to go and call my guy Monday and ask him particularly, what are we looking at as far as what are they trying to say to me? And then I got to go and make this happen, right? And so I got to go in and talk to my doctors and tell them, look, I'm having trouble getting employed because I can't stand on these feet, and the pain and the medication that I'm taking is knocking me out the box. And it's taking me out.
Oh man, hey, that medication that they gave me, like when I'm at work, like it's some days where I just want to melt into the seat. Like I don't even want to like budge. I don't have the energy to have a conversation. Like it's crazy because I want to tell them these things, and they like it's like you feel discouraged from saying these things because on one point like you're embarrassed because like you
Yeah.
want to be functional and you know really I've had depression for a while and I just don't really talk about it
Mm-hmm.
you know because mainly you know I try to move past it and stuff but yeah
Yeah.
it's there
Yeah.
and like especially when I'm working and stuff like my mentality is success and meeting a goal and when you don't meet a goal or you feel like you're not up to yourself
Yeah.
it's kind of like it really like drags you sometimes and to perform at work sometimes like I gotta have this attitude where a lot of stuff is just supposed to be water on it off a duck's back or whatever
Yeah.
and you know sometimes it's just like I don't know how to explain it but when you're from the military it's like a lot of times you can't take nonsense
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you have to have this ability to allow nonsense even when you're not used to tolerating it
Yeah. Yeah.
and you have to be able to perform at a high level and the funny thing is that like right now as far as I can tell I'm like one of the top in my position probably like one of the top 5 top 10 and I'm like under this pressure where I'm like I know how good I am but there's moments where literally I can't function because like I'm at this point where I want to explode on somebody and I'm trying my best to withhold it and it literally I don't want to say paralyzes me but it's almost like I have to pause for a moment and sometimes I literally just have to stop talking because
Yeah.
I have like this built up frustration or anger that I'm trying not to let boil over into my response,
Yeah.
and there's been points where literally I've had to be like, yo, I can't even do this right now. I have to go.
Yeah.
And thinking about that in your head and you're used to being this person who doesn't let that affect you.
Exactly.
And I've had to tell my boss, I have to take medication now because I can't function like I used to, like being able to handle that level of interaction and not have it phase me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And having to take the medication is now further making me like feel out of my element or out of myself.
Yeah.
And it's hard to explain this to people that like as I'm sitting there, I'm just like upset with myself because I'm like, damn, I'm not the best of my version of myself that I know I am. And the medication is like supposed to make me not as anxious,
Reactive.
not as, like you don't feel these things, but at the same time, you don't have the same level of, I don't want to say sharpness or like you're just not there. Like you're not there 100%. Like I told my old boss, I was like, yeah, I feel like I'm standing in front of myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not actually in my own body. Like I feel like I'm in front of myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a weird feeling to me.
Yeah.
And I'm telling the doctor, like, I don't think I can
Yeah.
function off of this. Cause it's
Mm-hmm.
like I'm there, but I'm not there. It's an awkward feeling.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take it, but when I don't take it, it's like I get to that level where I'm like I'm ready to snap on somebody.
Yeah.
And it's weird because my old boss was like, she wasn't even in the military and she had, anxiety issues
Mm-hmm.
and things like that.
Right.
And excuse me.
Mm-hmm. She can
And she
understand.
told me about how the medication made her feel and she could finish the sentence for me. And I was like, this is why I don't take the medication. Like because people already, there are people who've been through this who they know how this feels, and it's like, you know exactly what I'm going through, and it's
Yeah.
like You know, I wish the people at the VA or the people who took these, you know, exams knew what the hell I'm talking about, because they act like they don't understand. But the
Yeah.
people who are going through it, and they're, like I said, they haven't even been in the service. They haven't experienced the level of expectation and the experience that you had that lead up to your mentality and how you're thinking and how you're viewing the world, and how you start to become this, like, I don't know, this version of yourself that's like really high level.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
then you're all of a sudden reduced down to like 60%, 40%, and you feel it, like, you know, it's there, and you're trying to bring yourself back up, and it's like, oh, no, it's not there, it's not there.
Yeah.
And there's been moments where, you know, I felt that, like, it come back, like, you're like, yeah, I feel it. And there's like that moment where you just have this thought, and you try to fight that thought, you try to fight that feeling, and you're like, oh, there it goes again, you know, like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you just
I,
walk away.
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I hear what you're saying, because like we talked about, I think, a while back ago, because we're in the military. You're taught not to fail.
Right.
You're supposed to keep it pushing regardless. What did I think they said in one army movie? They said, "I'm shot." He says, "Can you keep moving?" And so it's like you got to adapt, adjust, and overcome. But it gets hard. It gets hard, especially when you're boxing with that mentally. And I would tell you this too, honestly, because I'm taking some medications. I've had a few other brothers tell me, how those medications made them feel. And I had a conversation with my doctor, and I said, "Hey, I don't know if it's me." I said, "But I'm getting, this medication is making me feel like this. It's making me have, it's making me affecting me physically and mentally." I say, "I can feel this." I said, "Do we have an alternative?" Because, and the way you expressed it, when you talk to your doctors, because for me, I gave my doctors this. One is I don't like taking pills. Two is I don't like failing. And three, when I'm going to say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And so when I'm overwhelmed and I can't get it done, I was in the doctor's office, and I honestly, and I tell you, I broke down. I started crying and said, "Hey, dude, this is crazy. I can't. I don't know how to deal with this." I said, I seriously need your help, because I don't want to be at work and having to go through this. I said, I want to be able to get to work and function." And so
Right.
they have to, when you're talking to them, they have to write this stuff down when they're talking to you. And another way that you can check it out too, to be honest with you, you can go to VA.gov and go to My Healthy Vet, and you can look at the notes that are being said on you and My Healthy Vet. So go to VA.gov, log into there, and go to My Healthy Vet, and you can see what your medical records or what they're saying about you. You can specifically break it down. And I would do that, but I would definitely have a conversation with my medical team, and I give them the heartfelt. It's like, look, for me, when ended my corrections career, when a guy told me I was getting cluster headaches and I started losing vision out of my right eye, and he says, "You can't do this anymore." And I just broke down. I said, "You mean I can't do this no more?" And so I got those medications. I got that information, and I took it over to my VA doctors. And so we started seeing it. They all agree is that I don't work well in law enforcement anymore. I got out doing that. It just doesn't work for me. So I would suggest this is from my perspective. And, I always say it's just from my perspective. You take it and spit out the bones. When you talk to your doctors, give them that heartfelt, especially the VA doctor, and let them know. This is affecting my job, and this is affecting my livelihood, and I sincerely, and I'm serious, I need your help.
I'm sorry, did I just sneeze on the stream?
Yeah, that's tell them I need you to understand, because if I come back to you and I don't have no job because you didn't help me, I'm gonna really be in a world of hurt. I gotta have this conversation actually tomorrow, and I gotta see where I'm gonna go with this, because I need some more help. And so I got to talk to these people tomorrow, and I got to see what they're going to do. But I wanted, in their record is that I talked to them, and I need your help. I need your help. And when you go in there and look at that, and then you go back to your doctor. I don't know if you went back to your doctor and say, look, it's getting so bad I have to talk to my supervisor about this issues that I'm having here. And so I really need your help so I can keep, like you said, I'm the top-notch person at my job, and I'm trying to maintain that. But this is being a struggle, and I don't want this right here to impede upon it. So please, I need your help. And whether it's I need you to change the medications, or what do you recommend, doc? And put them on the spot. What do you recommend? Ask them that. You tell them what you need. I need your help. I'm very serious about getting your help. Then ask them, what do you recommend? Because I need your help, and I need to know, because I don't want to live my life like this, and I don't want to live my life feeling that I might do something to jeopardize my job because I'm suffering from these issues. Talk to them very serious about that. Tell them I need you to understand this, and I need to ask you, what do you recommend? And get them to commit to saying something. What do you recommend? And then so my doctors, when I talk to them, they're really cool, but they're like, because now with this neuropathy, I think I'm gonna have to get an increase. I'm gonna have to ask them what is the next step with this, because it's just not getting better for me. And so we're gonna see about this. And this is another issue I have to address, because they're addressing this thing in my hearing. So I would suggest this is that, and this is one thing, when you talk to the VA or the C&P examiners, give them your heartfelt thing. Look, I'm not used to failing, and this right here, it's making me feel like I'm about to fail my job. I'm the top person at this, and I have to talk to my doctors about this. I had to talk to my employers about this. And you can tell one of my employers was telling me, that they went through this here, and they went through pretty much the same thing, and they recommend I come back and talk to you as well. Just tell them that, and say, because they don't want to see me fail, and they appreciate my honesty, but I need help. And I would like to know, Doc, what would you recommend? Because I'm currently taking this right here, and this is the side effects that I'm getting from that. You can go and look up those side effects too. So it's kind of like, and I'll be honest with you too, my brother, I don't know everything. And when I go and look at even some of the things that I should know, like even what's going on with me, I haven't went back in. So I'm like, okay, what is the side effects of this medication that I'm taking? Let me go and get all the side effects and see if I am suffering from that. And the thing is, because for the most part, being honest with you, us being blue collar workers, sometimes we're not given credit to thinking that we know what's going on around us. And so when you go and look at that, this you don't have to say, I looked it up and saw this side effect. Don't go all the way there. It's that I'm experiencing this certain type of side effect with this particular medication, and I wonder, can you recommend me another one that cannot give me that particular side effect, because it's causing me not to function correctly at my job. And I've talked to my supervisors about this, because I'm scared about, I don't want to lose my position. I'm the best person at this job, and I'm worried about this because this is how I'm feeling. And when you mention the side effects from that, so example, I was taking this medication and it's giving me physical side effects, and I was at my job, and I'm like, dude, I can't be running off the floor every few minutes because of this stuff. And so he goes, well, we gave it the best try. So apparently this is not for you. And the first time in my life, that's the only medication that I found that I'm allergic to so far. But I would recommend that, my brother. It's going on, when you see your doctor, is explain to him the seriousness. And then, I went to my boss and we talked about this, because I'm having these type of side effects, and I know your side effects that you're getting. And if you think that the cost of medication, know that side effect is hand in hand with the medication. Know that, and then ask them, if already you know that, and you are expressing to them how it's affecting you and how you feel it's going to affect you and how it's jeopardizing your career. Ask him, tell him or her, I don't want to go through this, and I really need to know what you recommend that we can do to keep this from happening. And so now he's in the mix with that. You got to ask some questions as well. And I know it's hard because for me to ask an increase, I told my doctor one time, man, this pain is getting me. He goes, okay, what are you saying? I said, I'm just saying, it's hurting. And so I'm going to have to ask him, is there an alternative? And then with my doctor tomorrow for my mental health situation, I'm going to have to ask as well, is there an alternative? What does she recommend? When I explain to them what's going on, I'm going to ask for the recommendation, and they're going to have to give you something to solve this problem. Or they go, well, let's give it about another week. Oh, I can't take another week with this. I've been going through this for over a month or 2 months or 3 months or however long they have you with this, and I've been trying to give it my best attention for this, and I'm not getting that, and so I'm really afraid. I do not want to lose my job. This will mess with my livelihood and everything, and already it's messing with it's messing with your thinking, because you're now it's putting you in the fight or flight kind of thing. I can't do this. So that's my thing is state to them the seriousness of it and ask for their recommendation. What do you recommend that I do, or that we can do as a team to make this not happen, and for me to kind of start stabilizing my life here. Now, understand this as well. Once you ask these questions, if there is an increase of medication, or move to a different medication, inside of your records, it should start stating that how this condition is messing with your life. And the doctors are going to have to give you a diagnosis, or a prescription, or both. A diagnosis with a prescription that can increase, saying, well, this person is experiencing this, so we're going to have to increase this here. So now this is showing that things are changing. And what they have to show is a change on your behalf and on your doctor's behalf to say, yeah, this person is legitimately need to be concerned about that. And on top of that, too, is when you're looking at this, let's see, these things that you're looking at is concerned is still connected with your service-connected disability. We're talking about how it's going to affect your life. So, and this can be true. And I'm not saying it could be. It is true for you that you're going through these things and it's affecting your life. Now, when you go to whatever percentage level that you're going to go head towards, look at the evidence that you're heading for that percentage. Does that evidence line up with the percentage that you need to get this done? And when you talk with your guy, your guy or girl, when they get back with you, or your representative when they get back with you, just write those questions down and actually what is I know it's hard to ask a representative with a CFR 38 where to find this. Some of them don't want to show you. Some will show you. It's your right to know, but look at your condition and then look at the percentage ratings and how they will increase.
I'll do that.
And through what ways that they will increase. All right. So for me, they were asking about discolorization of our feet. Discolorization of toenails. I have that on both, and then they turned around and I believe saying that these do not make you where you can't get out and get a job or whatever. And I'm trying to tell them this isn't being upon me because it's the medications that I'm taking too, as well. And so I don't know. I got to talk to my representative Monday, and pardon me. And I will definitely make sure I get back with you, even if you're not here Tuesday.
Right.
Come up on Tuesday and I will talk about that as well. But I think
that sounds like a plan.
Right on, my brother. And I appreciate you so much, man. And keep staying the fight. And like I say, Google that and see what the side effects are for that particular medication.
Will do.
And then when you go and talk to your doctor, you don't even have to mention, I looked this up. Don't even say that. Say, I'm experiencing this type of side effect that's making me feel this way. And let them know I'm serious. It's jeopardizing my job. It's like this is my livelihood, and I'm already afraid of what this is anyway.
I'll check on that. Thanks.
You see how like veteran stuff. But okay, brother, You stay strong, man. And
Yes,
Tuesday, I will look for you. And if you don't show up, don't worry about it, because I'm gonna come up Tuesday, and we're gonna bark about this. And Saturday, if I get some more information, I'm gonna mention it Saturday. But I'll be back up Saturday evening as well.
all
And
right. I'll check on you Tuesday, and if you're gonna be on Saturday, I'll check on you Saturday.
Roger that, my brother. And once again, before we get out of here, uh, first, man, I'm gonna give your page a shout out. Tell people who you are, what you about, my brother.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for that. Well, my name is the First Magnum. I have a YouTube channel where I stream first-person shooters, mainly Apex Legends right now. Um, I've been on a bit of a hiatus because I'm working from home and taking care of a bunch of things. So, in the meantime, you can visit my page. Just my name is the First Magnum on PSN. On YouTube, it's Chrono May Cry, Chrono May Cry. But you can just type in the First Magnum, all one word, and they usually pull up my channel. And on my channel, I have various topics that I like to talk about and address. Um, but mainly it has to do with early childhood development, just personal development, mainly for babies, and phonetics, and being able to bring them up safely and healthy in this crazy environment we living in right now. And especially when I was talking about the FPS, it's a bit of a therapy for me. And I like to interact with other veterans who like to do the same thing, and we kind of use that as a way to talk about military strategy and tactics, and how to have that play out in the game, and see how that would function in the real world, and still have that kind of connection to some form of military type of environment, even though we're not actually in the service right now. So we can still have that kind of bond and connection. But that's mainly what it's about. So if you'd like, feel free to come. And I also have recipes and you know things for the babies to watch and to go to sleep. And I also wanted to create a hip hop lullaby playlist for the babies, so they'll go to sleep to some nice tracks. And I also had some tracks to my brother, Seattle Black Vet.
Yes,
And he played on one of his streams, and it was just, I couldn't believe it, man. I just had to tell everybody, I was like, yo, he got my music on the stream. I couldn't believe it. But I appreciate that, brother. And thanks for letting me shout out my channel and giving me the time to talk to you, and giving me your insight and motivation to keep moving forward in this process, because it can be discouraging at times. And you do keep me motivated, and I constantly come back to your channel to hear your words and your perspective, and the gems that you drop. So thank you.
and thank you, my brother. I appreciate you so much. And please, everybody, if you get a chance, check out this brother's page as well. And as you can hear, he's trying to do everything positive, and he's keeping his head up and moving strong and forward. And I concur with this brother too. It gets trying, and once you get that punch to the gut, knocks the wind out of you, and you got to recover and try to get back on point. But I'm so glad to hear you say that, brother. And I would tell you, that's the best news that I can receive, is knowing that hopefully that you brothers are staying motivated, brothers and sisters are staying motivated, and trying to keep up the fight. Because honestly, hearing from you as well keeps me in the fight. It keeps me in the fight. We are still family after we get out of the military. We still got our military things we're dealing with. So
right.
we still family out here. And that's why I said I want to keep this channel up for people to keep them motivated, and try, to let them know that, it sometimes feel like you're by yourself, and it gets hard. But we're going to make it, because we ain't got nothing better to do but keep pushing it, because it ain't over.
Right.
It's over. But all right, my dear brother, I thank you again for coming up, man. And I always appreciate you. Anytime that you're welcome here, and I got to put you on my mod channel next time you come up here.
Absolutely. I'll be more than honored to be a mod on your channel, brother. Just hit me up and let me know whenever you're ready, and I'll be in.
Roger that. I appreciate it. One more time, too. This is Seattle. This is my First Magnum, my brother here. And like I say, he's a strong brother, and he's bringing some real good gems to the table. And that is actually, his experiences that he's experienced. And like I say, you don't have to cam up or come up here and say anything, but you do to protect it on this channel here. I do not take, I don't take my channels and slice them up as of yet, but even if I do that, they're going to be in good taste to put all of us in good light so we can make sure that we're getting the help we need. And once again, and really quick before he leaves, I want to tell you, check him out and check out some of it. If you get a hold of him, ask him about some of his theme music and stuff as well. This brother does a good job at making his own beats and everything. And I think next time I run it, I'll try to put him up again on my channel for the background beats here, because this is a brother who works hard at what he does, and I respect him as a person and as a veteran. So with that said, the Seattle Black Veterans about to roll up out of here. And thank you again, First Magnum, and I wish you a good night, my brother. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Salute. Y'all have a good one.
Salute, my brother. Take care. All right. So I'm the Seattle Black Veteran, and that's always good to hear from that brother, Set in Soil, Peter Investor M. I miss some of my other people. Oh, Vanessa Kitty, my wing woman for sure. Always good to see you out here. I got to give some shouts out to the TLA. I've been to Suzette Speaks channel in a while with my Sean Denise, my baby girl, Luscious Journey, First Magnum, Peter Investment. The Farmer Freelance. I haven't been on the channel in a while, man, and I miss you. I got to get over there and see you. And if anybody see Tina, Tina Taylor? Tell her to get her keep stuff back up here. We miss her as well. And Shifting Some Soil, my baby girl here. This is one of my good supporters here. And next time, Shifting Some Soil, you got to come up here and chop it up with her, brother. This is a good woman here, and I really do enjoy her. And African Dream and my brother. Don't never forget about him and his lovely wife. Blind Guy, his wife, their life. Love them to death. You got to check them out. Sir Hell Speaks, always a good man to be on the channel with this brother. Check him out. Does a great channel. I know I'm forgetting a bunch of my people out here, but I just want to say I love each and every one of you. And before I leave with this again, I got to pop this up and tell you guys, thank you so much. Thank you. I love each and every one of you. And for your support, and actually for your realness and your honesty of who you are, and for coming over here and just kicking it with the Seattle Black Veteran. Once again, I love each and every one of you guys. I wish you nothing but the best. Hey, and do me my favor, to each and every one here listening. When you get out of the shower, before you go to bed tonight, if you brush your teeth, look in the mirror and tell that person that you love them. All right? You are loved. Love yourself. We love you out here, and we want to make sure everybody's doing wonderful. I am the Seattle Black Veteran, wishing you nothing but the best of blessings, mentally, spiritually, and physically. God, take care of yourself, okay? Take good care. Love you guys, and take good care. We are out of here.